Hello and welcome to day 2 of our trek through Acts 22. And hopefully today we'll do 6 through 11, which is more of Paul's sermon to the mob in Jerusalem who think that he has taken a Gentile into the temple. And so he started his speech, his sermon, and we join him in mid-sermon at verse 6. Egenata, we've seen it over and over again. I hope you've memorized it. Take some seconds now to fry it on your brain if you haven't. What is it? It came to pass. Something like that. And it happened. What's the form? It's aorist because of the gen. It's middle. It's deponent because gen o my. Third person singular, indicative. And it came to pass for me, going and drawing near to Damascus. For me, moi, actually it's moi in Greek. It's dative singular of to me. This is dative and this is dative because it matches it. It's telling us about Paul. And it happened to me while I was going and drawing near. These are both participles. While gets the kind of adverbial sense of them. Ken's rule. If it has the article, use who or that. If it doesn't have the article, use while or after. Of course, adverbial participles have a large range of possibilities, but in beginning Greek, we start with while or after. While if it's a present participle, after if it's an aorist. So these are both present participles. This is a present active participle. My aunt is an active participle, dative masculine singular. This is dative masculine singular. Men are passive or middle, but this is deponent, peru o my. So these both translate actively. And it came to pass for me, going and drawing near to Damascus around Mesembrion, around noon, around midday, ex eifnes, immediately from the sky, a great light to shine around me. Okay, this is the infinitive. 6 out of the 7 infinitive forms are I. Psi is the key to a hidden sigma, so we have a sigma, hidden sigma alpha, so it's an aorist active infinitive from periastrepho, I assume. Periastrepho. I don't know the word. Shine around. Astra, star. It's shown around. Be interesting to know if this is what's in Luke. Let me pause and find out, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. It's a different word. That's perilampo or lampao or something like that. But anyway, so it's not a light shown around the angels, around the shepherds kind of thing, but a great light to shine around me. Verse 5, and I fell unto the ground, adaphnos. This is from Pipto, through the two lips. It's aorist, epeson. So a sigma alpha is aorist, right? Actually, I think it's a strange form because epison is, as I said, the irregular aorist of Pipto. And I fell to the ground and I heard a voice. Sigma alpha tells me it's aorist also. And I heard a voice saying to me, saying goes with voice. The voice is saying. Both are genitive, feminine, singular. Active females carry Uzis, so this is a feminine present active participle, feminine genitive singular. It said to me, quote, Saul, Saul, why me are you persecuting? This is the interrogative pronoun. In the neuter form, which it is, it can also mean why and not just what. Verse 8, and I answered, this is apokrinomai, it's deponent. Theta eta is aorist passive in form, but it's deponent. Aorist passive, deponent, indicative, first singular from apokrinomai. And I answered, who are you, Lord? He doesn't know. And of course, Lord can mean either sir or Lord. So there's a little double entendre. He's saying, who are you, sir? And Jesus is saying, yes, yes, I am the Lord. And he said to me, Jesus said to me, aping an aorist active indicative third singular from Lego, nu with an epsilon in front of it is very often a movable nu. Throw it away. And so we're left with epsilon, which is a very common third person singular, past tense, active indicative ending. Okay. And he said to me, quote, I am Jesus the Nazarene, whom you are persecuting, relative clause. Okay, moving on. Verse 9. And the with me being ones, the goes, hoi goes with ontes, with a prepositional phrase serving as a kind of adjective. The with me ones. Well, who were you with? Which ones were you with? I was with the with me ones. And the ones being, you have to come up with the ones. It's a substantive use here. It is a adjectival participle because it has an article on it. So you're going to use who, Ken's rule. If the participle has the article, use who or that. So the ones who were with me, they beheld on the one hand the light. This is a reverse of Acts 9, as I said in the podcast. Not sure what to make of that. Sigma alpha, it's aorist. There's the augment. Tha'amai. This is aorist middle deponent. A'amai. Indicative, third plural from tha'amai. I like that word. They were beholding the light, but the sound they did not hear. Aorist of akuo. Sigma alpha, right? They did not hear the one speaking to me. My aunt is an active participle. This is a present active participle. Genitive masculine singular from laleo. Verse 10. And I said, aping an aorist, first person singular, active indicative, quote, what am I to do, Lord? This is a deliberative subjunctive. A subjunctive with a question mark is a am I to do it, Lord? Subjunctive. It's a deliberative. It's a subjunctive question, a should I question. So what should I do, Lord? This is aorist. In the indicative, a sigma indicates future. But in the subjunctive, a sigma indicates aorist. What am I to do? Notice that the t here is what. It was why in a previous verse. But in this context, it comes out better as what. What am I to do? What should I do, Lord? Deliberative question. And the Lord said to me, aping an aorist, quote, having arisen, go to Damascus. So this might be, we've seen this a number of times. It doesn't have the article. It's a participle. This is an aorist active participle, nominative masculine singular. Having arisen, I've translated every time, but it's adverbial at least because it doesn't have the article. I'm wondering if this is an imperatival participle. So to where if we were creating a translation, we might as well translate it, rise and go to Damascus. That's allowed. You can do that. The Great Commission does that, by the way. Go and make disciples. It's going, make disciples. But really, it seems the adverbial sense seems to be imperatival. That's one of the options. So you can actually legitimately translate this rise and go. The u is a present middle imperative. The song goes lu lu son. So the lu is present middle or passive imperative. And Peru oh my is deponent. So let's go with present middle deponent participle. Second person singular. Be going now, be gone now, be going to Damascus. And there, kake is kai eke, crashed together. And there to you, it will be spoken concerning all the things. So theta eta, my first thought is, I don't know, or your first thought might be, is this aorist passive? That's a really good thought. But it's not just theta eta, it's theta eta with a sigma. This is future passive, okay? The sigma is the future part, the theta eta, the passive part. So this is future passive indicative, third singular from laleo. It will, because it's future, be, because it's passive, spoken, because it's laleo, okay? And there to you it will be spoken concerning all the things that have been appointed for you to do. I think this is probably grammatically not the ideal case for this to be in. Things have been appointed for you. What would that be? That might be a nominative even. Things have been appointed. Anyway, the reason why it's genitive plural is because of the peer pressure. when the antecedent of a relative pronoun is nearby, and it's in the genitive or dative case, then the relative pronoun tends to peer pressure and chameleonize into its antecedent's case. So this is genitive plural because this is genitive plural. But really, the relative pronoun is supposed to take the case that it functions in its own clause, relative clause. So this is the perfect of tasso, I believe. There's the reduplication on the front, ending shoved right on the stem instead of an etai. So this is a perfect passive indicative third person singular. So it has been appointed. This should be I think, a nominative plural, which, the question is then why isn't this nominative plural? Probably it's a neuter nominative plural. Probably this should be ha, an alpha with a rough breathing mark. So neuter plural alpha, bingo. And a neuter plural subject can take its verb in the singular, which would explain why this is singular. But instead of it being ha, it ends up being hone because of peer pressure. I'm sorry, it took me a long time to process that in my mind. Sigma alpha is aorist, alpha iota, this is an infinitive. This is the aorist active infinitive of poieo. Verse 11, and as not I was seeing because of the glory of that light. This is the imperfect of emblepo. This is a kind of I don't know, it sounds causal, doesn't it? Because I was not seeing from the glory of that light. Having been led by the hand, or being led by the hand, looks like this is a present participle because a kairago, I don't know, let's see, agog. Could it be aorist? Let me double check very quickly. No, it's present. Kairago geo is my guess. And so this is men are passive participles, present passive participle. We're going to translate it being led by the hand, by the ones being with me. So this is sunemi. And so this is a present participle. It has the article, so we're going to use a who. By the ones who were together with me, I came into Damascus. This is, what is Elthon? You should know this by now. It is the aorist of Erchomai, first person singular. So there's our Greek for the day. And tomorrow, Lord willing, we will continue in Acts 22.